Hello and welcome back to Riverside Stadium, home to the 2018 TCL champion Victoria Generals. Tonight, myself and my partner Patrick Kinney will be calling the first of a two-game series between the 32 and 18 Generals as they host the 18 and 30 Acadiana Cane Cutters. Tonight marks the final series of the TCL regular season as the Generals look to keep the momentum going heading into the playoffs. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Cane Cutters, leading off and playing center field, number 16, Ryan Carr. Batting second and playing second base, number 1, Champ Artigues. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 10, Xavier Moore. Batting fourth and playing third base is number 23, Fisher Norris. The designated hitter tonight for the Cane Cutters is number 8, Tremaine Spears. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 20, Alex Haney. Playing first base and batting seventh, number 18, Reed Spinrath. Doing the catching tonight for the Cane Cutters is number 21, Reed Roberts. And rounding out the lineup is the left fielder, number 22, Hunter LeBlanc, as they are led by their starting pitcher, number 19, Noah Hughes. Now the starting lineup for your Victoria Generals, leading off and playing center field is number 44, Tanner Roach. Batting second and playing left field, number 8, Kobe Potvin. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 7, Peyton Robertson. Doing the catching tonight for the Generals is number 5, Marshall Skinner. The designated hitter, number 16, Zach Vuletich. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 52, Ryan Flores. Batting seventh, playing right field, number 14, Cole Taylor. Jordan Johnson and Jonathan Tapia round out the lineup as they send number 17, Gabe Sakira, to the mound tonight for his second start of the summer for the Generals.
Yeah, and Gabe in his first appearance going to 5 1/3 innings, giving up 5 hits, only 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts to his line.
As his first pitch he throws is grounded up the middle to the shortstop, Peyton Robertson, who gets it on a short hop, makes a throw across to first base in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Can't ask for much more here as the Generals set down the first man they face.
Not at all, Justin. That's what they call efficiency right there. 1 pitch and 1 out.
The last start for Gabe actually came against the Cane Cutters in what was a very tension-filled two-game series. In the second game of that series, I had the treat of being there, and there was almost a full-on brawl in the ninth inning as the Generals came back with 3 runs in the ninth to take that one 6-4. As Sakura's first pitch here to Champ Artigues misses low and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count, so it'll be interesting to see here if any tension mulls over from that last series.
Yeah,
the next pitch there to Champ Artigues is a fastball in there for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Yeah, it sounds like we might be in for a treat tonight. A little extracurricular activities, if you will.
Should be something as that pitch misses down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count as Gabe Sakira looks to get back in the count here. 2-1 pitch is fouled straight back for strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now your count. As the Generals have all but locked up the number 2 seed here in the TCL regular season. It's going to take 2 wins from the Generals and 2 Bombers losses in order to move up past them in the standings. As that ball's grounded to the second baseman, Jonathan Tapia, makes a throw on the run in time for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here for the Cane Cutters in the top of the first as they send their shortstop, number 10, Xavier Moore, to the plate.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I am saying there's a chance. It's a slim chance, but there's one nonetheless, as right now, if the season ended today, the Generals would be playing the Texarkana Twins in the first round of the playoffs, and that's where they will more than likely travel on Saturday morning.
Yeah, that'll be a drive for them.
As the first pitch to Xavier Moore misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count. A drive for them also means a drive for us, as me and Patrick will be on the road with the Generals this coming Saturday, hoping that somehow we head to Lafayette and not Texarkana. As that 1-0 pitch from Gabe Sakura is in there for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, your count.
Let's just say we're hoping for a couple wins and a couple Bombers losses.
As that ball's grounded to the shortstop, Peyton Robertson, who throws on a short hop to Ryan Flores in time for out number 3. A quick, efficient inning here for Gabe Sakura as we head to the bottom of the first. This one tied at 0. as number 19 Noah Hughes is ready to go here, and Tanner Roach steps into the play looking to get things started here for the Generals.
Yeah, Tanner in last night's outing, he went 2 for 5, scoring a run, and also drew a walk in that high-powered offensive affair.
And last night's ball game, the Generals were able to defeat the Texarkana Twins in extra innings, 9-7, as that first pitch from Noah Hughes was a fastball in there for strike number 1.
Yeah, the Generals had a really good road trip, winning 5 out of their 6 that they played, actually.
As that fastball from Noah Hughes misses up for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now your count. Yeah, the Generals' only loss came in College Station in game number 2 of that series, where they fell to the Bombers 3-1. So the next pitch from Hughes is another fastball. This one misses off the plate, ball 2, as Tanner Roach has gotten ahead in the count here, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, when we left here, the Bombers had split 7 straight series, but have won 2 of their last 3, only split in that one with the Bombers.
As that fastball misses upstairs, ball 3, 3 balls and a strike to count. And being on the bus on Friday and Saturday when we headed to Lafayette, that was a big point of emphasis for Coach Oros, was winning a series, and that they did. The Generals won 2 of those 3 series, and looking to make it another 2 as that fastball misses away, ball 4. A 5-pitch walk here to Tanner Roach leads off the Generals' half of the first inning as number 8 Kobe Potvin steps up to the plate.
Yeah, Kobe in his last outing, Judson, Kobe went 2 for 6, totaling 2 runs and an RBI to his total.
Kobe's had an impressive summer so far for the Generals, as he and all the other Generals look to keep that momentum going into the playoffs. As we'll see what he gets here from Noah Hughes. Tanner Roach always a third to steal, and he takes off on the first pitch. Ball swung on and ripped into center field. The center fielder broke in, now breaks back and makes the catch for out number 1. Kobe Potvin squared that one up, but Ryan Carr was able to make the play, ranging back for out number 1. There's now 1 on and 1 out for the shortstop, number 7, Peyton Robertson.
And Peyton in his last outing going 3 for 5, continuing his amazing hot streak, scoring 2 runs and also tallying 2 RBIs and a walk to his total.
Peyton had a huge road trip, as I remember, on Saturday night in Lafayette. Hit a go-ahead 2-run double when the Generals were down to their last 2 outs in the 9th inning, as the first pitch he sees is another fastball in there for strike 1. No balls and a strike, your count.
Absolutely. I don't think there's any question here that Peyton Robertson has been Mr. Clutch for the Generals this summer.
He's had a huge impact on and off the field, as we'll see what he gets here. Tanner Roach, big lead over there at first. Halfway takes off, then retreats back as Peyton Robertson takes inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Going to be nearly impossible to double up these two here, as Peyton Robertson and Tanner Roach are probably the 2 fastest members of this Generals 2019 team.
Absolutely, but this guy on the mound for the Cane Cutters is absolutely bringing some heat.
Tanner Roach takes off for second base. The throw from the catcher is not in time as Tanner Roach dives in safely, and Peyton Robertson takes upstairs for ball 2. Good opportunity here for the Generals. Peyton Robertson ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike.
See, and this is where Peyton Robertson does what he does best, hitting with runners in scoring positions. He has been one of the Generals' best hitters this summer, just overall, and especially with runners in scoring position.
We'll see if he can come through in the clutch here, as he's got a big hole on the right side. We'll see if he takes advantage of that. As Tanner Roach takes off for third on the next pitch, the throw to third is in time. Tanner Roach is thrown out at third as he got a little bit too aggressive there, and Reed Roberts makes a perfect throw for out number 2. And just like that, the Generals have 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Peyton Robertson is in the driver's seat here with a 3-1 count.
I felt like Jason Bateman there from Dodgeball talking about, almost wanted to say it's a bold strategy there, Cotton, when Tanner Roach stole, because he didn't get a great jump right there and was out by a couple feet.
As that 3-1 pitch misses downstairs for ball 4. And what should be first and second now for the Generals, only 1 out, is a runner on first and 2 outs for the catcher, number 5, Marshall Skinner.
Marshall Skinner didn't play last night, but he has been an absolutely electric when he has played these few games that he has been able to play. So he joined late this season, especially late this second half of the season, but he's definitely made an impact.
Absolutely. In the first game against the Bombers, Marshall Skinner gave the Generals the lead for good with a fourth inning grand slam over the left field wall that would ultimately give the Generals a 5-2 victory in their first game against the Bombers. We'll see what he can do here as Peyton Robertson has a huge lead over there at first base, and another pick over there is not in time as he dives back in safely.
Yeah, and I remember his second plate appearance of the summer. He hit a triple off of the center field wall here in Victoria.
Peyton Robertson takes off for second. The throw from Roberts is in time. No, it's not in time. Peyton Robertson slides under the tag. Reed Roberts is just inches away from throwing out his second base runner of the inning. But the tag must not have been there as Marshall Skinner takes a strike here, but Peyton Robertson stands on second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, I definitely thought Peyton was going to get rung up right there as he was actually behind the throw by quite a bit.
We'll see if the Generals can take advantage of this break they've been gifted here. As the next pitch to Marshall Skinner is a slider swung on and missed for strike 2. So he's quickly fallen behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. And my mistake, it looks like Marshall's come out with number 34 tonight. Interesting there, considering the roster says that his number is number 5, but we'll see what Marshall can bring now wearing number 34, as Noah Hughes is ready to deliver a no balls and 2 strike pitch here.
It's going to be a slider.
It is a slider, and it's swung on and missed for strike number 3. Generals run themselves out of the inning here as we head to the top of the second, still tied at 0. Leading off here in the top of the second inning for the Cane Cutters, number 23 Fisher Norris, as Gabe Sekira looks to work another clean 1-2-3 inning here.
Yeah, he was absolutely dominant in his first inning.
As he throws a slider in there for strike number 1. No balls and a strike to count.
Man, that had a ton of break to it. It was very late break and pretty hard too.
Going to be tough for the lefty to see it as he tries to throw another slider up there. This one bounces for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Yeah, that slider definitely not taking anything away from his fastball. It's throwing pretty hard.
As he throws that fastball in there for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. And from what I recall, back in Lafayette, Gabe was throwing around 91 miles per hour consistently throughout the game, as his 1-2 pitch is a fastball that's fouled straight back as Fisher Norris was just able to get a piece of that one and stay alive here.
Yeah, this man right here, he looks like he can absolutely chunk. We'll see how long he can throw tonight.
As here's the 1-2 pitch now to Fisher Norris. A fastball swung on and jammed him a bit, but he got enough of it to foul it down the left field line and stay alive here. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
I think he's going to throw another slider right here, Justin. What do you think?
I think you are correct, as that one's fouled off of Marshall Skinner, and that one's going to leave a mark. As Fisher Norris is battling here, 1 ball, 2 strikes remains your count. And as a former catcher, I know that that one hurts quite a bit.
Oh, absolutely. I've caught it back in my day as well, and it just does not feel good when it doesn't get you in the padding. That's what it's there for, and sometimes it just doesn't protect you.
Another 1-2 pitch now. It's a slider roped into right field. Cole Taylor ranges back, keeps going back. No, it's going to be the center fielder, Tanner Roach, who makes the play on that ball. As Cole Taylor got a bad read on that one, broke in. But Tanner Roach had it read all the way and secures out number 1 here in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, I think the balls hit tonight are just going to stay in the air. It's a windy one, but the wind seems to just be staying in the same place.
As it looks like number 8, Tremaine Spears, is stepping to the plate now for the Cane Cutters. And the first pitch he sees is a fastball. Misses off the plate, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes the count. And that almost brawl that happened in Lafayette was all instigated around this man right here as he swings and misses for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count, as he was the base runner and the final out of that ball game. And we'll see if there's any tension left here. Doesn't look to be so right now, as Gabe Sekira misses downstairs for ball number 2. 2 balls and a strike the count.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Generals players were instructed to not talk as much crap tonight.
As that fastball is fouled straight back, as Tremaine just missed that one, and the count evens up 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that, Judson, is why we have netting.
Very important to have netting all around the field, as we do here at Riverside Stadium. And the 2-2 pitch, a slider hits the outside corner, strike number 3, as Gabe Sekira is in the zone right now, striking out Tremaine Spears on a backdoor slider for out number 2.
Yeah, that one looked to be a little outside there, but Marshall Skinner set up outside, and Gabe Segura was able to hit his spot. And a lot of times, as a pitcher, you're going to get that call.
As number 20, Alex Haney, steps into the box now for the Cane Cutters and takes up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes the count. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball right down the middle, strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. As Sekira is in the windup and delivers another 1-1 pitch. This one's fouled down the right field line for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now your count, as Gabe Sekira looks to work another scoreless 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, Sekira is just 1 pitch away, 2 strikes away if he wants to strike him out.
Strike 3, another slider on the outside corner, and Gabe Sekira is really feeling it right now. 2 strikeouts here in the 2nd inning as we head to the bottom half, still tied at 0. Leading off here to start the bottom of the second inning for the Generals is the designated hitter, number 16, Zach Vuletich.
Yeah, Zach Vuletich, a utility guy for the Generals, didn't play last night, but has definitely made his impact felt here this summer.
His first pitch he sees, the fastball misses downstairs for ball one. And yeah, Zach's played just about everywhere this summer for the Generals. Played all the infield positions except for first base, and as well as been a mainstay behind the plate. As he rips one into left field for the first hit of the ball game, Zach Vuletich rips one into left. Nobody out. One on now for the Generals as they send number 52, Ryan Flores, to the plate.
Yeah, and Ryan Flores last night going 2 for 5. Got a couple RBIs to his credit and also scored a run. And Ryan Flores has been our typical day-to-day first baseman over there. He's been a pretty reliable glove and a pretty good stick at that.
So we'll see what he gets here. The first pitch he sees is a curveball in there. Strike number one, as he's been seeing a heavy dose of that so far in the second half of the season, as he made his presence felt early in the first half of the summer, smashing fastballs over the fence, and has been seeing a heavy dose of the off-speed.
Back.
Pick over there to first base is not in time as Zach Vuletich dives back in safely.
Yeah, they got to be aware of Vuletich over there because he definitely has some speed. Definitely known to steal some bases here for the Generals. But with Ryan Flores' stick, I wouldn't be surprised if they send him.
Another pick back over there to first. This one was much closer as Reed Spinrath almost got the swipe tag down but was unable to. And Zach Vuletich dives back in safely again.
Yep.
Yeah, Zach definitely doesn't have the typical wheels of a catcher. He can fly on the base pass, and we'll see if he's running here.
Absolutely.
As that fastball misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, now your count. But the thing to keep in mind here is that Reed Roberts has already shown that he's got a good arm behind the plate, nearly throwing out Peyton Robertson at second base, as well as throwing out Tanner Roach at third.
Definitely, and the pitcher Hughes is definitely pretty quick to the plate, so I would be surprised if they send him.
That ball's ripped into left field, and it's going to get over the left fielder's head and into the gap. Zach Vuletich makes a turn at second base. Coach Orrs is going to send him. He's heading home, and he's going to be in there without a throw. Ryan Flores with an opposite field RBI double, and Zach Vuletich scores all the way to first with that speed to give the Generals an early 1-0 lead here.
Man, we're going to have to rename Ryan Flores, give him the nickname as the Cane Cutter Killer, because every time we play the Cane Cutters, he absolutely mashes the baseball. For whatever reason, he just has their number.
He's definitely had the Cane Cutters' number so far this summer. As number 13, Cole Taylor, steps to the plate now for the Generals. Nobody out and a runner on second base.
Yeah, Cole Taylor so far struggling a little bit, only a 179 batting average, but a 373 on base percentage.
As the first pitch, he sees another curveball, check swing. They're going to say he didn't go for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes the count.
Cole Taylor, though, another late acquisition for the Generals. They've lost some people that started the beginning of the season that had to go back home, but Cole Taylor, nevertheless, giving it a go of things out here for the Generals.
The 1-0 pitch now to Taylor is swung on ground to the shortstop who was covering second base, and it's going to be knocked down by Xavier Moore, and a little bit of miscommunication there from Noah Hughes and Xavier Moore, as Moore thought he was going to try a pickoff move to second base and was practically standing on the second base bag. Cole Taylor poked it where he wasn't and has got himself a hit here. 3 straight hits now for the Generals here in the bottom of the second inning as number 10, Jordan Johnson, steps to the plate.
Yeah, and Moore threw it to the second baseman right there. You think he was trying to send a little bit of a message to Hughes right there when he didn't get the pickoff?
Gotta be. He's got to be sending a bit of a message there because you can't do that as a pitcher. You can't leave your fielders out to dry and not in the correct positioning, because if he was in the correct position there, we might have still a runner on second base and 1 out in the inning. But nevertheless, the Generals have him on the corners as Jordan Johnson sees a first pitch fastball that misses downstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, now the count.
Yeah, Jordan Johnson typically being our everyday third baseman, hitting .224 on the season with a 280 on base percentage, which is absolutely respectable considering you got to think about how good of a glove he has over there at third base.
He's been very solid over there at third base. Been more of a platoon guy so far in the second half with Reese Johnson over there at third base. They typically switch off ball games, as tonight was Jordan Johnson's night to give it a go, as he'll look to get an RBI here. Maybe even hit another gap and score Cole Taylor from first base.
Let's hope.
As he swings and misses at a fastball that was a little bit downstairs for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. As we'll see if Cole Taylor's in motion here.
You mentioned Reese Johnson last night. He went 0 for 2, but he was able to score a run last night.
Reese has been coming on as of late. And we'll see what Coach Ores has on here with runners on the corners. Nobody out as that fastball misses downstairs. Runners stay put. And Jordan Johnson gets ahead in the count here, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, fingers crossed right here, Justin, but it looks like the Generals are picking up the pace and getting a little hot right at the right time. And we can only hope that this is going to continue through this series and into the weekend.
Baseball's all about getting hot at the right time, and it looks like the Generals are doing just that. As the pitch to Jordan Johnson nearly hits him, not sure how it didn't, as that one buzzed the tower for ball number 3. As the count moves even farther in Johnson's favor here, 3 balls and a strike your count.
Yeah, like you said, baseball is all about getting hot at the right times, like the Red Sox a few years ago winning the World Series after not being even in the wild card consideration at the month of September.
3-1 pitch, the fastball upstairs, popped down the left field line. Third baseman gives it a chase and makes the play in foul territory. Jordan Johnson swung at ball 4 there and pops out in foul territory to the third baseman, Fisher Norris.
And that's going to bring up number 12, Jonathan Tapia. And Jonathan last night didn't play, but he does have a 224 average just like Jordan Johnson. But he has a 420 on base percentage and definitely has some wheels. So if he gets on, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a hit after that. And he scored all the way from first base.
As there's another pick to first base, and Cole Taylor dives back in safely. But like Zach Vuletic, Jonathan Tapia has been a big-time utility player for the Generals this summer, has played second, short, all the outfield positions. Just kind of one of those guys you can plug in wherever they need him.
And that's so valuable as a coach, just to have those guys in your back pocket.
As he takes a first pitch fastball in there on the outside corner for strike number 1. No balls and a strike to count. But it's always crucial to have guys like that you can plug in anywhere and not worry about their lack of defense or inability to play that position, because Jonathan Tapia is athletic enough to play all these positions.
Absolutely, and it just gives you so much more ability to build a better lineup.
As he shows bunt there, bunts it down the first baseline, should get Ryan Flores home, and it will. Good bunt there from Jonathan Tapia, as that'll go down as a sacrifice, scoring Ryan Flores from third base and moving Cole Taylor up to second with 2 outs here. And we'll send number 44, Tanner Roach, up to the plate for his second at-bat of the ball game.
Yeah, Tanner Roach was able to walk in his very first plate appearance on 5 pitches and stole second base, and then got thrown out trying to steal third. As I wouldn't steal third again on this catcher, as he has an absolute cannon.
Really good arm by the catcher, Reed Roberts, behind the plate, as we'll see if Tanner Roach can keep the rally going here. 3 hits and 2 runs already in the inning for the Generals, looking to add on more with Cole Taylor standing on second base. As that curveball bounces up there way in front of the plate, and an impressive block by Reed Roberts to keep the runner on second. 1 ball, no strikes to count.
Yeah, Tanner Roach has definitely been known to take a couple walks, but he can absolutely swing the bat if he wants to.
The 1-0 pitch, fastball bounces up there. Catcher can't find it for a minute, but it's right at his feet. As that one misses downstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to count. As again, Tanner Roach has a big hole on the right side. If he can guide one through there, possibly score the runner from second. We'll see if he even gets a pitch to hit, though.
Yeah, Artigues, though, is definitely holding Tapia on over there at second.
No, that's Cole Taylor out there at second base. But yes, Jan Bartise is definitely holding him on very tightly over there. As the 2-0 pitch from Noah Hughes skips up there for ball 3, and Tanner Roach is in a automatic take position here, ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. And the 3-0 pitch, the fastball misses downstairs, ball 4, and Tanner Roach draws the second walk of the ball game. And we'll send up number 8, Kobe Potvin, who lined out the center field in his first at-bat of the ball game.
Yeah, Kobe Potvin just got under one as he squared up a ball, but like we said earlier, this wind isn't going to let a ball that gets in the air to go anywhere. But Kobe Potvin has definitely been known to lay down a bunt, especially with the third baseman playing back.
So we'll see what Noah Hughes comes with here. A fastball, bunt shown, pulled back as that one misses downstairs for ball 1. As Noah Hughes has now thrown 5 straight balls, and we'll see if the Generals make him come in the zone here.
Kobe Potvin definitely knows how to place a bunt. He's been able to drag a bunt, push bunt, any kind of bunt that you want, and he's been able to get on and sacrifice among the best of them.
As that 1-0 pitch was a fastball that hit the inside corner for strike 1, as the count evens up here, 1 ball and 1 strike.
As these Generals fans are being really rowdy right here, as they're getting in the pitcher's head, it seems like.
The 1-1 pitch is grounded to the first baseman, Reed Spinrath, makes the flip over to Hughes, covering in time at first base for the 3rd out of the inning. Generals do some damage here in the bottom of the 2nd, scoring 2 runs as we head to the top of the 3rd, leading 2-0. Leading off here in the top of the 3rd inning for the Cane Cutters, number 18, the first baseman, Reed Spinrath.
As Segura comes out for his 3rd inning of work and has been pretty dominant thus far.
As he throws the fastball by Spinrath there for strike number 1. No balls and a strike to count, as he'll look to keep that momentum going and try to get through the Cane Cutters' order perfectly the first time. As that fastball's in there for strike 2, as Spinrath was looking slider there, got the fastball, and took it for strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. As that pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes as Gabe Secura strikes out Reed Spinrath for the first out here in the 3rd inning.
And that's 3 strikeouts in a row for Segura, as he has been very dominant through the first 2 1/3 innings.
It's the first pitch now to Reed Roberts, the catcher, is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, now the count. 1-0 pitch, the fastball just misses the outside corner for ball 2. Secura wanted that one. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count.
Yeah, Skinner didn't have to move at all, and he hit his spot, and most of the time you will get that call.
So that 2-0 pitch misses downstairs for ball 3. So he's fallen way behind his first hitter of the ball game. 3 balls, no strikes, your count.
Yeah, Segura, let's see if we can battle back right here, as he hasn't gotten anybody on base thus far.
A 3-0 pitch, fastball right down the middle, strike one. 3 balls and a strike, now your count.
I think he's going to go with a fastball right here, Judson.
You are correct, and it misses downstairs though, ball 4. As the Cane Cutters have their first base run of the ball game, as Reed Roberts draws a 5-pitch walk, and will send up number 22 Hunter LeBlanc with a 1 on and 1 out. See if Sakura can get a ground ball double play here, as he's already ready to deliver the 0-0 pitch to LeBlanc, and it's a fastball in there for strike number 1. No balls and a strike, now your count.
Yeah, that was a definite double play pitch right there. If you're the hitter right here, you're definitely thinking about getting something inside. And that was a fastball low and away, and it would have been for sure a ground ball.
As that pitch was a check swing, and they're going to say he did at the plate for strike number 2, as Sakura has quickly gotten ahead here, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think if you're Sakura, you're going to go right here with a slider on the inside corner.
The 0-2 pitch, he went with the fastball upstairs, taken by LeBlanc for ball 1.
Yeah, that's
as the count now moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's absolutely a good idea, though, is change the eye level of the hitter. Just throw a waste pitch right there.
As that slider is swung on and missed for strike 3, and Sakura strikes out his 4th man here, sitting down LeBlanc for the 2nd out here in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, that was definite good pitching and catching situation by Sakura and Skinner, changing the eye level of the batter, then throwing a nasty slider that he just was not able to hold off on.
As the Cane Cutters are back to the top of the order now, with Ryan Carr stepping to the plate as he takes a slider upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, now your count.
Yeah, and Ryan Carr grounded out to Peyton Robertson on the very first pitch he saw in his first bat.
So that pitch swung on, ripped into center field, but right at the center fielder, Tanner Roach, who reaches up and squeezes it for out number 3. A 1-out walk, the only base runner in the inning for Sakura, as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, still leading this one 2-0. Leading off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Generals is number 7, Peyton Robertson.
Yeah, the 3-hitter in tonight's ball game for the Generals walked and stole a base, but then got stranded at second base when Marshall Skinner struck out the end, bottom of the 1st. I'm sorry.
First pitch now to Robertson's a fastball, misses downstairs for ball 1. As he gets ahead in another count here, 1 ball and no strikes. As number 19, Noah Hughes, is back out to pitch here in the 3rd inning.
and Judson. It looks like Jonathan Jimenez is up in the pen for the Generals.
That ball's ground to the shortstop. Going to be a tough play, and Xavier Moore makes a strong throw across the diamond to Reed Spinrath in time for out number one, as Peyton Robertson's retired on just 2 pitches for the first out here in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, and that brings up number 5, Marshall Skinner, is hitting .211 out of 21 plate appearances with a .286 on-base percentage.
He struck out in his first at-bat. We'll see if he can have better luck here as he looks to get something going with 1 out and nobody on here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. As the first pitch he sees is another fastball, been a heavy dose of those from Noah Hughes. This one misses down and away for ball 1.
Yeah, and he is definitely relying on that fastball as he appears to be more of a power pitcher.
That pitch is swung on, a little bit of an excuse me swing there from Marshall Skinner, as that one jammed him quite a bit as the count evens up here, 1 ball and 1 strike.
A little bit of a surprising move that the Generals are going to look to almost already get Sakura out of the ball game. Maybe look to get some innings in from their other pitchers tonight.
As that pitch almost hits Marshall Skinner in the helmet for ball number 2. 2 balls and a strike now the count. I think it's more of trying to not waste anybody's pitches on a game like this when the playoffs are looming. Want everybody ready to throw and ready to go when the playoffs get started here on Saturday. As that fastball is fouled straight back for strike number 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count.
Yeah, probably a good idea just to get a lot of the pitchers that you want throwing this postseason, get some innings in these next couple games just to make sure that they're ready and their arms stay loose through these playoffs.
That 2-2 pitch is a curveball on the outside corner for strike number 3. Reed Roberts might have stole a strike there as Marshall Skinner's retired on strikes for the 2nd time, and that's the 2nd out here in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, you don't usually see that call get called, especially when the other catcher is up. Because, usually the home plate umpires seem to make decent friends almost with the catcher, as the home plate umpire is put in a little bit of danger with these hard-throwing pitchers.
As that pitch from Noah Hughes drills Zach Vuletich in the back. As Zach Vuletich came up for his 2nd at-bat, had the first hit of the ball game for either team, and sees one pitch here and gets drilled right in between the back.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up Ryan Flores, the cane cutter killer, as he doubled into the left center gap in his first plate appearance, ended up scoring another run.
So we'll see if he gets another fastball to hit here, as Noah Hughes has been relying heavily on it. The first pitch is a curveball in there for strike 1. Same thing he did last time. Came back with 2 straight fastballs after that. I don't think Ryan Flores is going to get the same pitch sequence here, as he took one of those fastballs all the way to the wall in left field.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a curveball.
Curveball ripped into left field. It doesn't matter what the pitch is. Ryan Flores is going to hit it as he drills that one into left for a 2-out base hit, as the Generals now have something cooking here with 2 outs, as number 13, Cole Taylor, steps to the plate.
And Cole able to get a single in his last at-bat and score Ryan Flores. And then he ended up stealing second base, but it was left there as the Generals got 2 straight outs.
We'll see if he can come through and maybe hit a gap here. Cole Taylor definitely has some power to the gaps. And with a speedy runner on second base, a ball to the outfield could score him. His first pitch to him is a fastball. Looked like a 2-seamer there. Swung on and missed for strike 1. No balls and a strike, your count.
I'd like to see a double steal attempt here if you're Coach Oros. Get Ryan Flores' stealing base numbers up a little bit more.
It'd be a very risky move trying to steal third base here with 2 outs and a left-handed hitter hitting. But who knows, I'm not the coach, as Noah Hughes does a little inside move there. Zach Vuletich was going nowhere there.
Well, I didn't say it was going to be a great move. I said it was going to be a fun one to watch.
We'll see here as Cole Taylor's ready for a pick to second base is not in time as Xavier Moore drops the ball there, and Zach Vuletic looked like he would have been safe anyway, regardless of if the catch had been made cleanly. Paying close attention to Vuletic out there on second base, who might have got something in his eye here.
Yeah, probably a little bit of turf. Some of the times those little tiny black pieces just come up when you slide kind of hard.
Looks like he's all right, and we're back ready to go here. Cole Taylor behind in the count, no balls and a strike. So he looks to battle back and find a hole here. Big hole on the left side where he put one last time. We'll see if he can do it again. The next pitch he sees is another fastball. This one misses downstairs for ball one as he evens up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, definite hitter's situation right here if you're Cole Taylor, as Hughes has struggled to command the zone a little bit these last couple of innings, and you got to be thinking you got to get your pitch right here.
So he swings and pops this one up down the left field line, but it's going to get out of play as Fisher Norris gave it a look, but it almost made it into the Generals bullpen as Cole Taylor falls behind in the count here. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and is going to have to choke up and protect here.
Yeah, and if he's in this situation, you got to be thinking, do I go with the hard fastball that he was already late on, or do I go with this deceptive curveball that I have in my back pocket as well?
We'll see what he chooses here as he delivers a 1-2 pitch. Looked like a changeup, check swing. Yep, he got a piece of it as it nicks off of Reed Roberts as Taylor stays alive here. 1 ball and 2 strikes your count.
Yeah, that was an accidental check swing that he was able to just get the tiniest piece of, and we look to do the 1-2 count again.
Let's see if he can opportunity as a 2 pitch from Noah Hughes is delivered and misses outside. It was a fastball that he went with there. Misses off the plate for ball 2. As 2's galore on the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Generals leading at 2-0. As we'll see if Cole Taylor can extend that lead. As Hughes looks ready now to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Fastball that misses downstairs, ball 3. So he's run the count full here, and the runners will be in motion. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Zach Vuletic and Ryan Flores will get a head start here, so a ball in the gap could score both of them easily.
Yeah, and that right center gap definitely looking pretty right now. There's a lot of space between the center fielder and the right fielder.
Right center gap is screaming Cole Taylor's name as a 3-2 pitch, a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 4. Cole Taylor draws a 2-out walk, and it'll be up to Jordan Johnson, who's now going to hit with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Jordan chased a fastball up and out of the zone on a 3-1 count and popped out in foul territory. We'll see if he can make Hughes get back in the zone here and throw his barrel at it and use that big-time power that he's got.
Now, Judson, I know you're a big football guy too, and this is the start of most preseason football. But did you see Baker Mayfield at the Indians game the other day?
I did see Baker Mayfield at the Indians game, putting on quite the show for the fans of Cleveland. As the first pitch to Jordan Johnson is a curveball that hits the outside corner for strike number 1. No balls and a strike your count.
Yeah, as a Browns fan, I am absolutely in love with the Baker Mayfield personality and how he just embraces everything Cleveland.
The 0-1 pitch to Johnson, a fastball that misses downstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. As we'll see if Jordan's seen the ball a bit better here. As this is a hitter's count right here, we'll see what he gets to hit.
Yeah, Jordan Johnson definitely can make Hughes pay right here for letting him hit with the bases loaded.
That 1-1 pitch is drilled to center field. The center fielder going back, way back to the track, to the wall, and it's off the wall. All 3 runs are going to score easily. Jordan Johnson going to take the turn to second base and make it all the way to 3rd. with a 3 RBI triple as Jordan Johnson clears the bases here in the third inning with a big-time shot out there to center field. Had it been to any other part of the ballpark, it would have been long gone. Hit it to the deepest part of the yard and still got it over Ryan Carr, the center fielder's head, extending the Generals' lead now to 5-0.
I called that, didn't I? I think I called it.
I think Patrick did call that one, as Jordan Johnson definitely made Hughes pay there with a fastball belt high right down the middle. Can't ask for much more as a hitter than a pitch like that to hit.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely belted. Now the center fielder looks to be playing a little bit deep after getting burned on that last one, but I don't think that's the right play right here.
As the first pitch now to Jonathan Tapia is taken in there for strike number 1, as Tapia looks to keep this rally going here, as all these base runners and base hits have been with 2 outs for the Generals.
Yeah, the Generals are really good 2-out hitting team as they will fight to the tooth and nail.
That slider misses downstairs, gets away from Reed Roberts for just a moment, but not enough for Johnson to move up and score. 1 ball, 1 strike, now your count.
Yeah, Tapia, definitely not home run power, but he absolutely can rake with the baseball.
That ball slashed down the right field line, but it's slicing foul and is foul for strike number 2, as he just missed extra bases there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now your count.
Now, we're considering where the right fielder's playing. If that had gotten down and then continued to go to the right or go to the foul territory, I think Tapia honestly could have gone with an inside the park home run had it gotten down. But nevertheless, we're right here with the 1-2 count.
The 1-2 pitch, the fastball hits him on the hand, and he's going to take first base on that one. Noah Hughes can't believe it, but it did just nick Jonathan Tapia, as the Generals now have runners on the corners for their leadoff man, number 44, Tanner Roach, getting his 3rd at-bat already in the ballgame.
Yeah, Tanner so far has 2 walks to his credit, as Hughes hasn't been able to command the strike zone when Tanner Roach comes up.
I actually don't think that Tanner has swung the bat tonight, so I'm definitely thinking he's going to be quite aggressive here on anything in the zone.
Yeah,
as the first pitch now to him is Jonathan Tapia with a fake steal to throw back to first. Not in time as Reed Spinrath stabs that one to make sure it doesn't go into right field.
Yeah, Tanner so far watched the first pitch that he saw and then has proceeded to watch 8 straight balls to him.
As he just took another one, 1-0 the count. And we'll see if he actually gets something to hit here from Noah Hughes. As Jonathan Tapia does take off this time. The throw from Roberts, not in time, kicks off the second baseman. Jordan Johnson going to try to score, but the catcher drops it. The throw beat him, and so did the tag, but Jordan Johnson, with a hard slide, knocks the ball out of Reed Roberts' hand. And the Generals extend their lead to 6-0. A lot happening there. Jonathan Tapia does swipe second base. Jordan Johnson a little late on his decision to come home, but once he saw Champ Ortiz bobble the ball, took off. Like I said, the throw beat him, the tag beat him, but Reed Roberts was unable to hang on. The 2-0 pitch now to Tanner Roach as Jonathan Tapia is picked off at second base here on an inside move. The flip over to third base is in time as Jonathan Tapia is picked off of second base by the pitcher Noah Hughes. Not before the Generals are able to put up a 4 spot here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as we head to the top of the 4th now, leading this one 6-0. So as we begin the top of the fourth inning here, it looks like it's going to be number 4, Jonathan Jimenez, as Gabe Secura's day is done.
Yeah, the homegrown Victoria talent so far has pitched in 9 games, tallying 28 innings with a 2-1 record, striking out 32, walking just 17, and tallying a 2.89 ERA.
Since being put in the Generals' starting rotation, he has been very dominant. Pitched a great game in Lafayette in his last outing as he'll look to rebound and do the same thing here as the first pitch to Champ Artigues misses up for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is in there for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Yeah, Jimenez definitely working quickly right here. As Gabe Segura
That ball's
goes
chopped to the pitcher Jonathan Jimenez, who takes a couple steps back, flicks one over to first base, and wow, what a play over there by Ryan Flores. As that was a terrible throw by Jonathan Jimenez. But Ryan Flores does a little nifty footwork on the bag right there to record the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and Segura going 3 innings, able to strike out 4, only walking just the 1, and has put the Generals in one heck of a position in this early in this ball game.
Outstanding start from the young lefty as Jonathan Jimenez looks to keep that going as he faces Xavier Moore in his second at-bat of the night, as Jimenez misses with the slider away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count.
Jimenez definitely doesn't mess around on the mound, working very quickly.
So that 1-0 pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes, now your count.
Yeah, and the shortstop Xavier Moore grounded out to Peyton in his first at-bat.
That 2-0 pitch is a fastball right down the middle, strike 1. Moore couldn't pull the trigger there. As Jimenez gets back in the count here, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, Norris waiting on deck.
That 2-1 pitch was a nasty slider in there for strike 2. Buckled Moore there. As the count evens up here, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Looks like time is called by the home plate umpire right there.
And now the 2-2 pitch from Jimenez. A fastball, he overthrew that one and it misses outside for ball 3. As the counts run full here, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Jimenez definitely working super quick right now. Not messing around at all.
The 3-2 pitch is a slider. This one hits him. As Xavier Moore stood in there for no apparent reason, as it would have been ball 4, but decides to take the hit by pitch. And the Cane Cutters will have a runner on first base with 1 out for the third baseman, number 23, Fisher Norris.
Yeah, and Fisher flew out to Tanner Roach over there in center field as he hit the ball in the air, and it just stayed up there.
So that fastball misses down and in for ball 1 as Jimenez having a little bit of trouble finding the zone here early as they'll look to induce a ground ball here from Norris. The 1-0 pitch swung on, ripped into right field, and that's going to be trouble. That is a fair ball. Cole Taylor trying to chase that one down in the corner. Xavier Moore's rounding third. He's going to head home. No, he's not. The stop sign from the third base coach over there. And Fisher Norris has a double here with 1 out in the top of the 4th, and the Cane Cutters are in business. Runners on second and third. Only 1 out for their designated hitter, number 8, Tremaine Spears.
Yeah, and Tremaine Spears, strikeout looking, definitely didn't agree with the call from the home plate umpire in the last at-bat. Nevertheless, he's definitely forced to be reckoned with the bat in his hand.
The Generals would love another strikeout here, still leading 6-0 over the Cane Cutters, as well, and that was as well the first hit of the ball game for the Cane Cutters.
Yeah, there goes the combined no-hitter that we did have a chance to see, but the Cane Cutters bats have come alive right here.
As that first pitch fastball hits the outside corner for strike 1, no balls and a strike to count, as Tremaine Spears is definitely a strikeout candidate here, as we'll see if Jonathan Jimenez can make the right pitches to get him to go down on strikes. That 0-1 pitch is a slider, just misses it, and it smashes a beer. Holy cow, I haven't seen that happen all year long. Couple cup holders here behind the plate where this man's 2 beers were hit in the right spot and spewed them all over him. Wow, that was something to see. No balls and 2 strikes now the count. Surprised it didn't break the cup there. We'll see if Jimenez can make a good two-strike pitch here.
Yeah, Jimenez needs to slow down a little bit out there, just pitching a little bit too fast.
So that 0-2 pitch is check swung at. No appeal from the home plate umpire because he refuses to, which is just baffling to me. But the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think he might have refused just because of where the field umpire is. He's over by second base, doesn't have a great angle on whether or not he went. That could just be one of the reasons why.
The 1-2 pitch now, another slider. This one chopped to the third baseman. Jordan Johnson looks the runner back to second and throws across in time for out number 2. Xavier Moore does score on the play, trimming the Generals' lead to just 5, still leading 6-1. As the right fielder, number 20, Alex Haney, steps into the plate with 2 outs and a runner on second here still for the Cane Cutters.
And Alex Haney, one of the 4 strikeout victims for Segura, as he struck out looking in his first and only plate appearance thus far.
First pitch he sees from Jimenez is another fastball. This one misses upstairs for ball 1. As Jonathan has not been able to get ahead of these Cane Cutter hitters and resulted in a couple hits and a couple walks, and we'll see what he can do here. As the 1-0 pitch is a slider, nasty one in there for strike 1, as that buckled Haney, and the count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike.
Shoot, that had such late break, it buckled me up here in the booth, Judson.
Can't imagine trying to hit that pitch. We'll see if he goes back to it here with the 1-1 count. A fastball. He does go away from the slider there and blows a fastball by Haney, who seemed to be looking for the slider there. 1 ball and 2 strikes now your count.
Yeah, after seeing that one, that nasty slider, I definitely would have been thinking fastball right there too. And if you're Haney right here, you got to just be confused and not knowing what pitch he's going to throw right here.
Looked like he went with the slider, but it didn't break down for ball 2 as the count evens up here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So, Patrick, what do you go with here? Back to the slider or the fastball?
Yeah, I think you got to go with the slider outside. You got it. You definitely got that fastball in your back pocket, but I think you go with the slider on the outside corner right here.
We'll see what he does. It's a slider, and it is on the outside corner, but it does miss off the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes now the count, and I think Jimenez is going to go with the fastball here.
Absolutely, you got to. You've thrown 3 of this at bat, and only one of them has been able to drop in for a strike. Granted, it was absolutely disgusting.
That 3-2 pitch, a fastball on the outside corner, strike number 3. Alex Haney can't believe it. Has a few words with the home plate umpire, but it's not going to matter as the Cane Cutters do get one back here in the 4th. We head to the bottom half, still leading this one 6-1. Top of the order going to get things going here for the Generals in the bottom of the 4th with number 44, Tanner Roach, stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, Tanner Roach unable to find out what he was going to do in the last inning as Tapia got picked off at second base.
As a first pitch ball to Tanner Roach has been the story of the night so far for Tanner at the plate. Has not swung the bat yet. Has not seen really a strike to hit. She's heading the count 1-0 strikes. The 1-0 pitch is in there for strike one as he took that one. Can't blame him. 1 strike now the count. The 1-1 pitch now from Hughes. Another fastball that skips up there for ball two as Tanner's ahead in another count here. 2 balls and a strike. We'll see if Hughes comes back with the fastball here. Behind in the count, 2 balls and a strike. He delivers that 2-1 pitch. A fastball that misses down and away, ball 3. And Tanner's just 1 pitch away from walking for the 3rd time in the ball game.
Yeah, like you said, Tanner's 1 pitch away from walking in the 3rd ball game as these pitchers just haven't been able to throw him a strike.
And that's ball number 4, and it skips up on top of the netting. Reed Roberts chases it down, and Tanner Roach is walked for the 3rd time.
Yeah, Tanner's stat line so far tonight, 0 for 0 with 3 walks.
Can't really ask for much more from your leadoff hitter as number 8, Kobe Potvin, steps into the box here with nobody out and 1 on. It's Tanner Roach on first base, always a threat to try to steal second. We'll see how early he's moving here.
Yeah, and Kobe 0 for 2 so far. It had a ground out to the first baseman in his last at-bat and a fly out to the center fielder in his very first at-plate appearance.
Not going there as that pitch misses up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, now your count.
Kobe Potvin, though, definitely a good 2-hole hitter as he's able to lay down almost any pitch for a bunt.
So that one skips up there, and somehow Reed Roberts is able to backhand and block that one as Kobe's way ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah,
as it looks like Xavier Moore is going to have a little chat now with Noah Hughes, try to calm him down a bit.
Yeah, that was one heck of the effort by Roberts behind the plate as he has to slide between the umpire and Kobe Potvin and kind of backhand pick it just to keep the ball in front of him and keep Tanner Roach at first base. Got to give him some credit right there as that was one heck of an effort.
We'll see if Kobe's got the green light here ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Should be getting a fat pitch to hit here.
If he can even throw a strike, because he's thrown 6 balls in a row.
Tanner Roach takes off for second. The ball's popped up on the infield. Tanner Roach retreating back, and it looks like Xavier Moore is going to squeeze that one for out number 1. Tough luck there for Kobe Potvin as the hit and run was on, and he was unable to get on top of it. And pops out for the first out here in the 4th inning.
Nevertheless, that brings up the shortstop, number 7, Peyton Robertson, who walked in his first plate appearance, has a stolen base to his credit, but grounded out to the other shortstop in his most recent plate appearance.
So I'm sure Tanner Roach will be off on one of these first 2 pitches here, as we'll see if Peyton Robertson swings away and tries to go to the right side. Big hole over there as the pick to first is not in time. Roach is back easily.
Yeah, Peyton so far this summer hitting .271 with a .401 on base percentage in the 47 games that he's played in.
Played in a majority of the games so far for the Generals. Has been a mainstay at the shortstop position. As that fastball misses downstairs to him, 1 ball and no strikes. Has a really good eye at the plate. Knows his strike zone, knows the umpire's strike zone very well. We'll see if he can take advantage of a big hole to the right side here.
Yeah, you mentioned him playing at shortstop for most of the season, but in college he's actually the 3rd baseman.
As that pick to first is not in time, Tanner Roach dives back in safely.
At LSU Shreveport. Yeah, Peyton actually a 3rd baseman for that team. Nevertheless, he is absolutely adaptable as a right side of the infielder.
As that ball's popped in the shallow left field. Left fielder's got a read on that one and squeezes it for out number 2. Hunter LeBlanc out there records the 2nd out of the inning. So a leadoff walk not paying dividends right now for the Generals as 2 pop outs. brings up number 34, Marshall Skinner, who has struck out twice in the ball game.
And that's going to, like you said, Marshall Skinner comes up to the plate with 2 strikeouts. And then that last one, he got rung up on a pitch that was clearly outside and called a ball, which is a bit peculiar when you think that Marshall Skinner is the catcher for the Generals tonight. And you usually don't see a pitcher get his pitcher's pitch on when they face the opposing team's the catcher. Back.
Tanner Roach dives back in safely on another pickoff move from Noah Hughes. So we'll see if Marshall Skinner can find a gap here. With the wheels of Tanner Roach on first base, a ball in the gap, and he's scoring from first.
And that party deck over there at first base has a long line.
Tanner Roach taking off for second base. A throw from Roberts is not in time as Tanner Roach has his second stolen base of the night. And that fastball missed down and in for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes now on the Generals catcher, Marshall Skinner.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to fall too far behind the Marshall Skinner if you're Hughes right here, because he can absolutely rake. As he's hit a couple home runs and a couple absolute tank shots this summer.
As that ball's ripped over toward the Generals dugout. Almost took off a couple heads, did Marshall Skinner, as the count evens up here, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that ball was ripped over there toward the Generals players that just sit on the outside of the dugout. That they like to sit on the far end of the third base dugout, just hang out and watch the game, watch their brothers out there do their thing.
A dangerous spot to be behind no netting over there. Almost cost him right there as the count is now 1 ball, 1 strike, and Noah Hughes is ready to deliver the 1-1 pitch. And the pitch is taken downstairs, ball 2, as he's gotten ahead here, 2 balls and a strike.
And Vuletic waiting on deck. He's reached base twice in his 2 plate appearances, going 1 for 1, hit by a pitch in his last at-bat, and singled in his first plate appearance. And he's definitely open to get another crack at this pitcher right here.
2-1 pitch to Skinner's hammered down the left field line, but that one is off the Generals' bullpen for strike number 2 as the count evens up here, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Skinner definitely pulling the ball a little bit right here. But he has absolutely crushed the 2 pitches that he's gotten a hold of. As it looks like the cane cutters are going to have somebody in the bullpen warming up.
We'll see if Marshall can take one the other way here. That's a 2-2 pitch from Hughes. Is a slider that misses downstairs, ball 3. A good take there from Marshall Skinner, as that's the pitch that's got him in his other 2 at-bats as he's worked the count full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, good job by Marshall Skinner, able to work this count back to full, as he is definitely looking to get a base hit and avoid the hat trick in the first 4 innings of this ball game, as we do have a lot of baseball left to play.
And the payoff pitch. Slider grounded sharply to the third baseman, Fisher Norris, who steps and throws across, and it missed. Reed Spinrath missed.
No, he's at second base. Go, Marshall.
Roach is coming home as Champ Artigues can't make the play, backing up. And the Generals are gifted their 7th run of the ball game there. A routine play for Fisher Norris, and he kind of short-armed the throw over there to Spinrath, who was unable to pick it. Hustling all the way out of the box was Skinner, who advances and makes it to first base as Tanner Roach never stopped, came around third, was probably out if Champ Artigues, who was backing up the play, fielded it cleanly, but was unable to. And the Generals tack on another run here as number 16, Zach Vuletic, steps into the box. First pitch to Vuletic, a curveball in there, strike number 1. 0-1 your count.
And the Generals have scored runs in 3 consecutive innings, as they haven't lost an inning this ball game. As I know when I was younger, that's how I was taught. You got to win each and every inning.
As that pitch almost hit Vuletic for the 2nd time tonight, another curveball. This one didn't curve for ball number 1 as the count evens up here, 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think it's a good philosophy that every inning is a brand new ball game. You know, you're going to win some, you lose some, but as long as you try and win the majority of innings, you should win the ball game.
As that pick to first gets away from Spinrath, not enough for Skinner to move up on the play as he dives back in safely and remains at first base. The dangerous Ryan Flores waits in the on-deck circle, and the Generals would love to get him hot again as we head to the postseason. Already 2 for 2 on the night.
Yeah, Flores looking to get hot once again, right, just in prime time for this playoff series that we're about to have.
As that fastball is fouled straight back by Vuletic for strike number 2, as he's falling behind here, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning as he's looking to get out of this inning with only the 1 runner crossed, as he's gotten roughed up after a really good bottom half of the 1st inning, giving up 2 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, and 1 right here in the 4th inning.
So next pitch to him is grounded to the shortstop Xavier Moore, who throws on the run in time to get Vuletic at first base. Looked like Spinrath might have come off the bag there. The umpire disagrees. As we head to the top of the 5th, Generals add another run, lead this one 7-1. Jonathan Jimenez back out to work here in the top of the 5th. Will face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Cane Cutters as number 18, Reed Spinrath, steps into the box here.
Yeah, Spinrath in his first and only plate appearance was one of the 4 strikeout victims that our starter, Segura, was able to strike out through the first 9 that he faced.
And the first pitch now to Spinrath. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 1. As that looked like a 2-seam that ran away from him as he ran out of bat there and falls behind in the count, no balls and a strike.
Yeah, Jonathan Jimenez has all kinds of stuff in his arsenal.
As that fastball skips up there for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now your count.
With a 1-1 count right here, Judson, what do you think you're going to go with right here? Do you go off speed or do you stick with the hard stuff?
Knowing Jimenez, it's a slider, and that's what I was going to guess. Of course, you know, you got to see the pitch first before you guess it. That's how you're always right. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. As that slider from Jonathan Jimenez is disgusting tonight. 1-2 pitch looked like a changeup, swung on and missed for strike 3 as Jonathan Jimenez threw everything he had there and sits down Reed Spinrath on strikes to begin the 5th inning here.
Yeah, like you said, you got to see the pitch before you call it. That's how you're always right. See, you're not cheating. You're just using the resources available to you to get the right answer.
Nothing wrong with that as number 21 Reed Roberts steps into the box and swings and misses at the first pitch he sees from Jimenez, who looks to have found a groove here, working very quickly So he's already toeing the rubber and ready to pitch.
Yeah, and the catcher, Reed Roberts, able to draw a walk in his first and only plate appearance.
The 0-1 pitch now to Roberts. Looked like he went with the changeup there, but it missed upstairs. For ball one, 1-1 now your count.
Another 1-1 count right here. You think he's going to go with another slider?
I'm guessing slider. Here it is. The 1-1 pitch is a fastball. See, that's why you got to wait till he throws it to guess as he falls behind 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't just fall into too much of a rhythm right there. If you miss with that 1-1, you throw another slider, people might be guessing the slider. And
that 2-1 pitch is popped up. Down the first baseline, should have room for Marshall Skinner, who can't make the play. Marshall Skinner didn't see that one until late. Ryan Flores couldn't get there. And Marshall Skinner has a hit off his glove for strike number 2. As the count evens up here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now I'm guessing slider. I'm guessing he goes with the slider here to finish off Reed Roberts.
I was going to guess the same thing. I think you got to go with the slider right here with how well it's been working so far for Jimenez. And we're going to find out right now.
2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. And we're wrong again, but Jonathan Jimenez is right tonight as he strikes out his second batter of the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 5th. As number 22, the left fielder, Hunter LeBlanc, steps into the box.
And speaking of strikeouts, Hunter LeBlanc struck out in his first and only plate appearance. But yeah, I'm never going to guess what you guess again.
That pitch swung on, grounded softly to the second baseman, Jonathan Tapia, fields it cleanly. Strong throw to first base is in time as Jonathan Jimenez works a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom half, still leading this one 7-1. Back out to work here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Number 19, Noah Hughes. This will face number 52, Ryan Flores, to lead things off.
Yeah, and Ryan, like we said earlier, going 2 for 2, needing a triple and a home run to complete the cycle tonight. Let's see if he can do it right here, Judson.
That's some optimistic stat line reading there. As we'll see what he gets here from Noah Hughes. Has seen a first pitch curveball in both of his at-bats so far, and sees a first pitch fastball that he golfs out to right field, and that's going to drop for a single. Ryan Flores is 3 for 3 now as he hits a first pitch fastball into right to begin things here in the 5th.
Still a lot of ball game, Justin. He can definitely get it with his next 2 at-bats. As that brings up the right fielder, number 13, Cole Taylor. Cole, in his first 2 plate appearances, getting a single, a stolen base, and then walked and scored in his last at-bat.
The 6 and 7 hitters have had a lot of success so far tonight for the Generals. Have yet to be retired. We'll see if Cole can keep that streak going here as the first pitch he sees from Noah Hughes. A curveball that kicks off the catcher's gear, and that'll allow Ryan Flores to advance 90 feet into scoring position as Cole Taylor gets ahead in the count. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, Judson, they're going to mark that down as a wild pitch, but I think you got to give Ryan Flores credits right there as he was absolutely booking it to second base.
Yep, that's probably the one time you'll see Ryan Flores take off for second base or third base is when the ball gets by the catcher. But who's to blame him when you can swing the bat like he can? It's the 1-0 pitch now to Cole Taylor's another fastball. This one misses upstairs for ball 2 as Noah Hughes is quickly falling behind Cole Taylor. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, you're right. When you swing the bat like him, there's a good chance that you're going to end up on second base regardless of if you can steal or not.
We'll see if Cole Taylor can get him over and Jordan Johnson can get him in as the 2-0 pitch is swung on, looped into left field. That ball might get down. The play's made by the left fielder LeBlanc, ranging to his right for out number 1. A good play there by the left fielder as Cole Taylor hit that one off the end of the bat for out number 1.
Yeah, I definitely thought that one was going to get down, but because of this wind, it just stayed in the air, able long enough for the left fielder to come get it, and Jordan Johnson steps up to the plate, hitting a triple in his last at-bat, going 1 for 2 tonight. Man, that ball was absolutely crushed, right, Judson?
Jordan definitely showed off his power in his last at-bat as the center fielder, Ryan Carr, is playing way back now, trying to avoid a ball getting hit over his head as the first pitch Johnson sees is a curveball that misses outside for ball 1, as I'm guessing Noah Hughes is going to be afraid to throw a fastball here to Jordan Johnson.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea not to throw him a fastball right here, especially if you are going to throw it. You got to throw it either way inside or really down low, as you don't want him to be able to get it.
As Ryan Flores is picked off at second base. Got a big secondary there, a little lackadaisical out there by the Generals' first baseman, as another inside move from Noah Hughes picks off another Generals base runner. And I'd say that's been the one downfall so far tonight for the Generals has been their base running. It has not been great. Been thrown out on the bases now 3 times so far tonight.
Yeah, they're trying to go for the record, just being a little bit too aggressive tonight, Judson.
It's the 1-0 pitch now to Jordan Johnson. Fastball swung on, fouled straight back for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. As yes, you spoke of records, the Generals are 3 steals away from breaking the TCL record for stolen bases in a season.
See, that's why I think they need to give Ryan Flores a stolen base on that last one so he can go down to 2.
As that fastball buzzed the tower again, misses way up and in. Noah Hughes going for the head there as the fastball misses. 2 balls and a strike now your count.
Yeah, like I said, if you're going to throw a fastball, you got to either miss it way inside or in the dirt almost. Jordan Johnson is going to explode on a fastball if he can get one in the zone.
Got to be a little timid stepping back in the box now as that fastball just about hit him in the head. We'll see how he approaches the rest of this at-bat ahead in the count 2-1. The 2-1 pitch now is a curveball that misses downstairs. A good take there from Jordan as he's in the driver's seat now, 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, but how many times have we seen somebody get hit or throw, or a ball comes really close to them and then they actually absolutely explode on the next couple pitches that they get?
That 3-1 pitch is a fastball on the inside corner. Looked a little timid there. 3 balls, 2 strikes now the count. We'll see what he can do here. I get what you're saying. But stepping into the box after a fastball almost hits you is never a fun thing to do, as the payoff pitch is swung on, found straight back as he just gets a piece of that one to stay alive here. And the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I got to agree with you right there, Judson, as Jordan Johnson doesn't seem to be too confident in his swing right there, as he kind of had a little bit of a check swing. Granted, there was 2 strikes right there, so he was just trying to maybe keep one from striking him out right there, but nevertheless.
That 3-2 pitch is taken off the plate, ball 4. A good take there from Jordan Johnson as the middle infield for the Cane Cutters started jogging off the field. Home plate umpire didn't ring him up, and that'll send up the 9-hole hitter, number 12, Jonathan Tapia.
And Jonathan so far had a sac bunt, and then also was hit by a pitch in his most recent plate appearance, stole a base, and then he got caught stealing too.
Noah Hughes delivers the first pitch to Tapia on the inside corner for strike 1. No balls and a strike now your count.
Yeah, Tapia definitely can be pretty aggressive with the stick in his hand, but no, don't be afraid that he can take a walk if you don't throw any strikes to him.
The 0-1 pitch breaks the bat. A slow chopper to the third baseman, Fisher Norris, who makes the throw across in time for out number 3 as that bat shattered, and Noah Hughes had to avoid the fragments there. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Nothing going here for the Generals, still leading 7-1.
Welcome back, Generals fans, as Jonathan Jimenez looks to go out for his 3rd inning of work as the first pitch is a fastball swung on and missed for strike number 1 to Ryan Carr. Ryan Carr, the number 16, the center fielder for the Cane Cutters, is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a line out in his 2 plate appearances, as that was a slider that apparently misses for ball number 1. I don't know where that one missed. It must have been a little bit low, as Jimenez looks to deliver the 1-1. Another slider misses downstairs for ball number 2. 2-1 is the pitch. And the pitch from Jimenez is drilled into left center field. Tanner Roach might have a play on this, and he does, and that's going to be the first out of the inning here in the top of the 6th. Jonathan Jimenez working very quickly right here as that brings up the second baseman, number 1, Champ Artigues. Artigues so far as 0 for 2 on his line with a couple groundouts to the right side. Definitely looks like a pull hitter so far, as the pitch from Jimenez is a fastball that misses down and outside for ball number 1. And Jimenez looks to throw another strike right here, get back ahead of this pitcher, or this hitter, as that one misses outside for ball 2. 2-0 goes the count, as Jimenez looks to deliver the pitch. Fastball taken outside, ball 3. Count is now 3-0 as Jimenez has fallen behind this batter, and the 3-0 pitch is a fastball in there. Jimenez slowed his mechanics down right there to get the fastball in there for strike number 1. And the 3-1 pitch from Jimenez is taken downstairs, but it called strike number 2. Full count here now as Jimenez has worked it back from a 3-0 count to a 3-2 count, as Champ Artigues looks to battle right here. And the 3-2 pitch is swung on and drilled over to the second baseman, Jonathan Tapia, who spins and makes the throw to Ryan Flores, and that's off his glove. And that's going to go down as an error for Jonathan Tapia. Nevertheless, Marshall Skinner was able to back up the throw and catch and get the throw right there, as it was a tough play for Jonathan Tapia. Right, Judson?
Tough play there for Jonathan Tapia, one he would like to have back, as the Cane Cutters now have a runner on with 1 out. For their shortstop, number 10, Xavier Moore.
Yeah, and Xavier Moore so far is 0 for 1 hit by a pitch and scored the only run for the Cane Cutters in his last plate appearance.
First pitch to Moore is a slider on the outside corner, strike number 1. As Jimenez gets ahead here, no balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, Jimenez so far has been pretty dominant, except for that last batter, which he fell down 3-0, but was able to work back to a 3-2 count.
The 0-1 pitch is ripped into the left center gap, and that's going to get down and be trouble. Tanner Roach cuts it off. The throw into second base will hold Xavier Moore at first to a long single there. But the Cane Cutters have something going here. Runners on the corners and only 1 out for their third baseman, number 23, Fisher Norris.
That was a really smart throw by Tanner Roach to keep it at second base, because if he had thrown it to third, Xavier Moore definitely would have tried to take second base, and this way the double play is intact. But nevertheless, that was an impressive throw from Tanner Roach, almost on the run, just kind of throwing it across his body pretty casually over to Jonathan Tapia at second base.
A score update from around the league. The Bombers are currently trailing the Twins in the bottom of the 4th inning 7-2.
Wow, that is surprising. And like we said earlier, if we are able to win these 2 games and the Bombers are able to lose those 2 games, we'll take first place in this playoffs.
Which means the possibility of a home championship game, and we would travel to Lafayette for the first round of the playoffs, as that first pitch from Jonathan Jimenez hit the inside corner for strike 1. 0-1. That ball's drilled off of Jimenez. The throw to the plate is in time. What a play.
Wow.
Jonathan Jimenez. Holy cow. Not the smartest of plays there by Jimenez, considering we're leading 7-1, but definitely a flashy play there, as that one hit off of Jimenez's back. Looked like he knew it was going to hit him. Saw the runner breaking for home plate. Picked it up, threw a strike to Skinner at home plate, who made the catch and the tag in time for the second out of the inning. That was something right there.
Oh, absolutely. It hit off the old gluteus maximus, just a few feet away from Jimenez. Saw that the runner was going and able to throw him out at home for the second out of the inning.
As number 8, Tremaine Spears, is in the box now and takes a slider upstairs for ball 1, as Jonathan Jimenez looks to get out of this 6th inning without giving up any runs here. That pitch is drilled down the third baseline, but just foul. Past the reach of Jordan Johnson, but it just stayed foul as the count evens up here, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Spears so far this game not being much of a factor with the bat in his hands, which is unfortunate if you're a Cane Cutter fan, as he is 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a ground out. Not really what you want out of your DH right here, but definitely a good situation for him to pick up the stat line a little bit with a couple runners on.
So we'll see what Jimenez comes back with here. What are you thinking, Patrick? I won't guess, so you'll get it right.
I'm thinking a slider on the outside corner.
It was a slider, and it was swung on and missed for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count, and Jonathan Jimenez is just 1 pitch away from escaping this 6th inning with no damage.
You got to give Jimenez a round of applause on that one, as he took the ball that was drilled right back at him and able to make a nice play.
The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike number 3. Tremaine Spears goes down swinging to end things here in the 6th inning. Jonathan Jimenez escapes danger as we head to the bottom of the 6th, still leading 7-1. Out now to pitch the bottom of the 6th inning for the Cane Cutters is number 2, Grant Dardar. Dardar in his last outing actually came against the Generals on Saturday night where he was unable to get out of the 1st inning. He walked the first 3 men of the ball game and was then pulled. So faced Tanner Roach, who's already seen a lot of balls so far tonight, and takes another one there. 1 ball, no strikes your count.
Yeah, Noah Hughes going 5 innings, walking 6, striking out only 2, and giving up 7 runs as that ball misses downstairs and in, gets away from the catcher for ball number 2. As Tanner Roach might walk yet again.
Looking for his 4th walk of the game. Like I said, I don't think he's swung the bat so far tonight, and we'll see what he gets here ahead in the count 2-0. That 2-0 pitch skips up there, ball 3. And Dardar is having very little success here. Behind in the count, 3 balls, no strikes, as Tanner Roach is in a definite take situation here, looking to get on base for the 4th time tonight.
If I'm Tanner Roach right here, I might be thinking that if I get my pitch, I'm taking a hack just because I haven't got to swing the bat yet.
Well, he doesn't get his pitch as that one misses upstairs for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk now to Tanner Roach.
Oh my goodness.
I wonder what the record is for a general the most walks in a ball game, as that's going to prompt a quick visit from the head coach of the Cane Cutters, who is not liking what he's seeing so far from Dardar, as this is practically a replica of what happened last time in Lafayette.
Yeah, and you said Dardar started the game against in that scruffle, and the Generals players from the bench were letting this pitcher have it, as he wasn't able to throw many strikes when we started that game, and also not be able to throw very many strikes.
You gotta heckle
in
him a
general,
bit, especially when you walk the first 3 men of the ball game and get pulled without recording an out. Not something that should go unnoticed, to say the least. And we'll see if he can come back here, as number 8, Kobe Poppen's going to step into the box, as Dardar is getting a little pep talk from his shortstop and third baseman as he looks ready to go now.
Like you said, Kobe Potvin coming up to the bat. Kobe so far is 0 for 3 tonight, a couple flyouts and a ground out to his tally. He's looking to get into the hit column like so many of his teammates.
The first pitch now to Potvin skips up there for ball 1, and Dardar has now thrown 5 straight balls. 1-0 the count now on Kobe Potvin, who's had a bit of tough luck tonight, having to swing on a couple hit and runs. Probably not pitches he would have swung at in general. We'll see if the Generals are taking till they get a strike here. I'm guessing they are.
As the Generals fans are letting this pitcher hear it, chanting ball 6.
So that pitch skips up there for ball number 2, as neither of these pitches have been anywhere near the plate, as he falls behind Kobe Potvin 2-0. And Kobe has the definite take sign on here.
Man, these Generals fans just crack me up, Jetson.
Some ball 7's going. We'll see if it is ball 7, and it is. Ball 8 now coming from the compadre deck, as Dardar's falling behind again. 3-0.
Oh my gosh, this is really funny. Not the struggles the guys having on the mound, but these Generals fans are just cracking me up.
So that 3-0 pitch is taken downstairs for ball 4, and Dardar has walked back-to-back men here on 4 pitches. 8 straight balls for the young lefty, as he'll face a dangerous hitter in number 7, Peyton Robertson, with 2 on and nobody out.
Yeah, not at all the situation you want to be in when you're having control issues with one of the hottest hitters in the TCL coming up, and Peyton Robertson. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk, but that doesn't mean he can't swing the bat at all, as he is hitting in the 3-hole spot for the Generals tonight.
His first pitch to Robertson nearly hits him. Ball number 1. That's 9 straight now for Grant Dardar, and another pep talk here from the catcher, Reed Roberts. Maybe will help him get in the zone. And the thing for Dardar here is he has to focus on throwing strikes, which he has yet to do, but also has 2 speedy base runners on that he can't forget about, or they'll swipe third and second, respectively.
I think if you're Dar right here, you definitely gotta just focus on this batter, throw some strikes. But this is one of the hardest things to come back from is when you've thrown 8 straight balls, 10 almost 9 right now.
Somewhere in the middle right there.
Somewhere
9.
in the middle, between all the numbers that I just said. He's at 9 balls right now. But it's one of the hardest things to come back from because people just say, well, throw strikes. Well, that's a lot harder to do than just to say throw strikes.
It's the pitch now to Robertson. Another ball. Ball number 10. 2-0 to Peyton Robertson, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves is when a fan or a player tells the pitcher to throw strikes. What do you think the pitcher's trying to do, throw balls up there? No, it's a lot more difficult, as Patrick said, than advertised. That pitch misses upstairs for ball number 3. That's 11 straight balls from Dar, and we'll see if he can come back in there with strike number 1, or if he'll walk 3 straight batters on 12 pitches.
Yeah, this guy looking like me on that very same mound.
That 3-0 pitch is in there for strike number 1. And a bit of a sarcastic clap from the Generals' compadre deck as the 3-1 pitch now coming to Peyton Robertson. Misses outside, ball 4. Another walk here. Loads the bases for number 34, Marshall Skinner, who already has a grand slam this week. Looking to make it 2 here. Going to have to be selective as we've seen 1 strike in the last 13 pitches.
Hey, I didn't know you could count that high, Judson.
He just made the same joke that our PA announcer made, everyone. So don't laugh at that one because it was very unoriginal.
I thought it was pretty funny.
We'll see if Dar back in the windup can find the strike zone as his first pitch to Skinner. A fastball that misses downstairs, ball 1. 1-0, and Dar just does not seem to have any idea what he's doing wrong here. The pitches are relatively close, just all missing down so far. It's the 1-0 pitch now to Skinner. Fastball ripped into center field. That ball is tailing away from the center fielder who makes the play. Tanner Roach going to score easily on that one. Kobe Potvin going to move up to third as Marshall Skinner has an RBI sacrifice fly here as Grant Dar finally retires the first man here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
That's got to be such a win right there, even though the run does score. But it does bring up Zach Vuletic and runners on the corners for the Generals, and it is a double play situation. So if you're Dar and you can just get lucky almost and get Vuletic to roll over to the third baseman or shortstop and you roll 2 right here, it might be not that bad of an outing for him.
We'll see what he can do here because Peyton Robertson is for sure thinking about taking second base here.
Yeah, Peyton definitely has some wheels.
Is ready to deliver the first pitch to Vuletic, a fastball that almost hits him, ball 1. 1-0 the count now on Zach Vuletic. One and 0 here to Vuletic. Peyton Robertson a big lead at first base, and that pitch is in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now. The count on Vuletic.
Yeah, Vuletic so far tonight going 1 for 2, scoring 2 runs tonight with a single hit by pitch and a ground out in his 3 plate appearances thus far.
The 1-1 pitch, Peyton Robertson takes off, gets past the catcher. No, it hit Zach Vuletic. Thought that ball got behind him there, but it ended up nicking him on the foot, so Kobe Potvin will have to trot back to third base. Peyton Robertson going to remain on second. Zach Vuletic on first base is juiced for the Generals with their hottest hitter, number 52, Ryan Flores, stepping to the plate, and it'll be interesting to see here who the Cane Cutters coach wants to bring in here. If it's a righty, good luck, because Ryan Flores might take him for a ride. But that is going to be the end of the line for Grant Dar, who had a really rough outing. Only recording 1 out here in the 6th. It is going to be a righty, and it's going to be number 8, Tremaine Spears, coming to the mound to face Ryan Flores with the bases loaded. We'll tell you more about Tremaine when we come back. One out here. Bottom of the sixth inning. Number 52, Ryan Flores, stepping to the plate. Big situation here as number 8, Tremaine Spears, is on the mound. Typically a position player for the Cane Cutters, having to come in to pitch here as they're in the same kind of predicament the Generals are in, just a little bit vice versa. Don't want to burn their best pitchers here with the playoffs looming. The first pitch now to Flores, a fastball, not close for ball one. 1-0 your count.
Yeah, and Ryan Flores so far has 2 for 3 tonight. I'm sorry, 3 for 3, I apologize, with 2 singles and a double to his credit.
So that 1-0 pitch skips up there for ball number 2. And I know Ryan Flores wants to swing the bat here. Ahead in the count 2-0. Know what you're getting here. A fastball, center cut. Hit it over the right field wall, Ryan. Let's see what he gets here. 2-0 pitch, dribble to the second baseman who's going to have only one play, and it's the first base. And he throws it away. He threw it into the dugout. Champ Ortiz rushed the throw and threw it into the Cane Cutters dugout. And things are unraveling now for the Cane Cutters as they give up 2 runs there, falling behind now 10-1. A routine play there for Champ Ortiz, ones that he wished he had back. We'll put the Generals still in business here. 2 on, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Ryan Flores stands on second. Zach Vuletich on third. For the right fielder, number 13, Cole Taylor.
Yeah, and Cole so far going 1 for 2 with a walk and a single to his credit.
So he takes the first pitch in there on the inside corner for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. We'll see what he gets here behind the count 0-1. Another fastball. This one ripped into the Generals dugout. Thankfully no one gets hit by that one as Cole's falling behind. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you got to watch yourself over there.
Watch your lips over there.
Especially if you're Jordan Johnson on the on-deck circles. That ball he doesn't have a net to protect him.
The 0-2 pitch looked like an off-speed of some kind there. Skips up there. A good take from Cole Taylor. As the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That was a pretty good placement if you're Spears right there. But do you think he meant to bounce it right there?
Not sure what he meant to do there. But we'll see what he comes back with here to Cole Taylor. Still ahead in the count 1-2. The 1-2 pitch now to Cole. Fastball. Fouled down the left field line. Spoiled that one as that was a good pitch on the outside corner. But Cole stays alive and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
In a foul situation, called Dormer Law.
And Jordan Johnson waiting on deck so far tonight. Jordan is 1 for 2, hit a triple in his second plate appearance, but walked in his most recent plate appearance. And we're going to see if he's able to do that again after this batter.
As that fastball misses way down for ball 2 as Cole Taylor's worked the count back to even here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should get another fastball here for Cole Taylor. Get the job done here, get the run in as the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Not sure what that was.
I think it was a changeup.
Looked
Maybe
like
an
a
ephus.
changeup. Could have been an ephus with how slow that one came in. But it does retire Cole Taylor for the second out here in the 6th inning. And we'll send up number 10, Jordan Johnson. In other news, the Twins and the Bombers are through 5. Twins still holding a 7-2 lead over the Bombers. As mentioned, if the Bombers lose 2 games and the Generals win 2 games, they'll move up to the number 1 seed. As that first pitch to Jordan Johnson misses upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, now the count.
And now let's just say, go Twins.
Generals are big Twins fans this weekend as the 1-0 pitch is taken right down the middle, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count.
Yeah, Jordan Johnson, definitely a really good hitter, but he might be out on his front foot right here.
As that 1-1 pitch misses downstairs for ball 2, Tremaine Spears not so sure about that one. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. The 2-1 pitch now to Johnson. Another fastball. This one misses upstairs. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now to the big slugger Jordan Johnson, looking for one pitch in one spot here. Possibly hit another gap. As Tremaine Spears is working very quickly and delivers a 3-1 pitch right down the middle, swung on, popped up foul. Should have a play over here for Reed Roberts, who ranges all the way to the Generals bullpen and can't make the play as that one hits foul territory. Looked like that one should have been the third baseman's ball there, but he didn't get there in time, and Jordan Johnson is gifted another pitch here.
Yeah, if you're Roberts, you really got to be upset at Norris not coming to get that one. As
we'll see if Jordan Johnson can take advantage of this gift by the Cane Cutters. Can pick up 2 more RBIs as he already has 3 tonight. We'll see if he can get on top of one here. Stay up the middle. That's what you got to think right here facing a slow pitcher.
Absolutely.
Full count pitch is popped up foul. Is that going to get out of play? It will. Onto the roof. Thought it was going to get on the deck, but Johnson stays alive here. And the count remains full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, we got Zach Vuletich at third base and Ryan Flores out there on second. Definitely, if Johnson can get a ball into the outfield, it'll score 2 for sure and extend this lead even further. As this bottom of the
full count pitch is swung on, popped foul. That one is going to make it onto the deck, and maybe a catch off a couple ricochets. Not sure over there. Someone dropped it. Getting some heckling from the fans as Jordan Johnson working a long at-bat here. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Jordan Johnson able to stay alive yet again, as I think he's not going to have much trouble deciphering if it's going to be a strike or not. Just got to find the timing on the pitch.
And another 3-2 pitch is a curveball that's taken by Johnson. A good take there as Tremaine Spears tried to get him out on his front foot. Johnson would not oblige, and that'll send up number 12, Jonathan Tapia. Bases loaded again here in the inning for the Generals.
Yeah, and that brings up Tapia, who has had himself a pretty decent night, if I do say so myself. He has a sacrifice bunt, a hit by pitch, but he did ground out in his last plate appearance. Not too bad of a night for him, looking to get into the hit column here.
So he takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike number 1. No balls and a strike now the count. The 0-1 pitch from Spears is swung on and fouled straight back as Tapia just missed that one and falls behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. And what's been a very long bottom of the 6th inning, and I emphasize the very because I don't know the exact amount of time, but it feels like we've been in this 6th inning for quite some time.
I second that, as we are 1 batter away from hitting around.
As that pitch is a lace down the right field line, but going to get foul into the Cane Cutters bullpen as Tapia stays alive, and the count remains no balls and 2 strikes.
Tapia able to stay alive, as I don't think that Tapia is going to strike out right here.
You definitely just jinxed him, Patrick, but we'll see. As Tremaine Spears is ready to deliver 0-2 pitch. Slider, curveball, some type of off-speed pitch stays up for ball 1. Close take there.
As a Nephis.
Call goes in favor of Jonathan Tapia, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And if you're just joining us, the Generals are beating the Cane Cutters right now 10-1.
So that ball's laced into right field, right at the right fielder, though. Tough luck there for Jonathan Tapia as he lines out to Alex Haney to finally end the bottom of the 6th inning, which saw the Generals tack on another 3 runs, extending their lead to 10-1 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. On to pitch here in the top of the 7th inning for the Generals is number 33, the lefty, Carson Rollins.
Yeah, Carson so far hasn't had the best outings. He's pitched in 4 games, tallying 5 1/3 innings, with a 5.06 ERA, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 3 earned runs against him.
As that first pitch to Alex Haney swung on and missed for strike 1. No balls and a strike to count, and those numbers are a little inflated for Carson as he had a rough outing in his last time out, but has been mostly solid so far this summer for the Generals in limited action. As that ball's laced to the shortstop, who gets it on a big hop. Peyton Robertson with a cannon across to Ryan Flores for out number 1 here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, great job by Peyton to stay back on that one just enough.
Definitely picked the right hop there. You see that with a lot of middle infielders. The biggest key is picking the right hop. You don't want to get handcuffed. As number 18, Reed Spinrath, steps up to the plate.
Absolutely, and Reed Spinrath so far 0 for 2, a couple strikeouts to his total as he looks to get out of this funk he's in.
So that first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1 as Carson Rollins is pumping the ball in the strike zone right now. You'll love to see that with a big lead ahead in the count 0-1.
Absolutely, just attack these cane cutters hitters and just get out of this inning.
0-1 pitch, a tight slider in there on the outside corner, strike 2. And quickly Reed Spinrath falls behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, we might need to go get him a hat from the concession stand because he's about to have a hat trick if he strikes out right here.
The 0-2 pitch, swung on, popped up, shallow. Marshall Skinner gives it a look, can't make the play. As he had to stab at that one as Carson Rollins missed his spot there. Still hit a good spot. But Marshall Skinner unable to get over there in time as Reed Spinrath stays alive. And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes.
And if you're just joining us, Generals fans, the Victoria Generals are beating the Cane Cutters right now 10-1 as we were able to score 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth where the Cane Cutters scored their 1 run, and we were able to get 3 in our last inning out at the plate.
The 0-2 pitch again, a slider. Wow, that must have just missed up. Looked pretty good from here for the 6'4" Reed Spinrath, but the umpire is going to say that one missed up for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. As Carson Rollins is ready to deliver a 1-2 pitch. Another slider taken, strike 3 frozen. Get him a hat as Reed Spinrath just got the hat trick with that strikeout right there.
And Reed Roberts comes up to the plate, struck out in his most recent plate appearance, but walked in his first time up as we look to get out of this inning very quickly with 2 quick outs as Roberts comes up to the plate.
First pitch from Carson Rollins, another fastball right in there, strike number 1. And you love to see this. Have a big lead, come out, get a quick inning, kill any possible momentum the Cane Cutters could bring to the rest of the ball game as that fastball skips up there for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. See what he comes with here. 1-1 the count. No time's going to be called. A little bit of indecisiveness there from the catcher and pitcher combination as Reed Roberts calls time and steps out. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Carson Rollins just 1 pitch away from working a clean 1-2-3 top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, you'd love to see him do it right here and just absolutely kill anything that the Cane Cutters could get right here.
A 1-2 pitch, tried to blow him away, but the fastball was overthrown and misses a bit up for ball 2 as Reed Roberts has got the count back to even here. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think he's going to go with the slider inside right here. What do you think?
I'm going to guess fastball, so one of us should be right here. The 2-2 pitch looked like might have been a changeup that he tried to go with there, so we were both wrong. And the Cane Cutters got a hit, so that's the last time we will disagree on a pitch.
Yeah, that's just the third hit that the Cane Cutters have been able to get this entire ball game, as the Generals pitchers have just kind of shut them out thus far.
as number 22, Hunter LeBlanc, steps into the box. 2 outs, 1 on.
Yeah, the 9-hole hitter for the Cane Cutters.
As he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball there, 0-1 your count.
Yeah, and the 9-hole hitter, Hunter LeBlanc, is struck out and grounded out in his 2 plate appearances tonight.
Swings and misses at another fastball, and Carson Rollins just blowing him away right now with the heater. I say to stick with it here. We'll see what he goes with 0-2.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he sticks with the heater either right here. I think he got to how far behind LeBlanc was right there on that last one.
The 0-2 pitch, a slider. We're wrong again, and he fouls that one off to just stay alive. 0-2 remains the count.
See, I wanted to say he was going to throw a slider right there, but last time I said he was going to throw a slider, he threw a fastball, and now I'm all kinds of flustered right here, Judson. I don't know what I'm going to do next.
I'm telling you, we just got to wait to see the pitch out of the hand as the 0-2 pitch is taken. Strike 3, froze him on the fastball, so me and Patrick were just a pitch off there as Carson Rollins strikes out Hunter LeBlanc for the second time tonight. We head to the 7th inning stretch, leading this one big, 10-1. Tremaine Spears back out to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning here as he'll face the 1, 2, and 3 hitters in the Generals lineup, but it does look like they'll be making some changes as Bennett Lawrence stands on the on-deck circle and Justin Barr in the hole as Tanner Roach looks to finally swing the bat tonight as he's 0 for 0 with 4 walks in his 4 plate appearances so far tonight. Tremaine Spears has been throwing a lot of strikes, so we'll see if Tanner can actually get to swing the bat here. So the first pitch he sees misses just a bit up for ball 1. And another ball is thrown to Tanner Roach, 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch in there on the inside corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. Tanner's only seen 1 strike in a few of his plate appearances. We'll see if he's ready to swing the bat here as the 1-1 pitch from Spears. The fastball misses upstairs, ball 2. Still hasn't got a pitch to swing at here, 2-1 the count.
Yeah, like you said, Judson, he's only seen a couple strikes in a few of his plate appearances. He's only seen 3 total strikes this entire game.
That fastball is taken on the outside corner, strike number 2. Make that 4. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count as Tanner Roach looks to get on base for the 5th time tonight.
Yeah, Tanner Roach looking to walk for the 5th time tonight. That would be one heck of a day at the plate.
2-2 pitch skips up there, ball 3, and he's 1 pitch away from doing that here. As the counts run full, 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Roach.
Whatever the reverse of the golden sombrero is, you got to give it to Tanner Roach today. Golden sombrero is when you strike out 4 times in a game. Tanner Roach has walked 4 times.
That 3-2 pitch, the first swing of the night, comes up empty for Tanner Roach. So he goes down on strikes here for the first out in the 7th inning.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up Kobe Potvin. Kobe
Scratch
walking.
that. It's not Kobe Potvin. It's a
Sorry.
pinch hitter, number 2, Bennett Lawrence, hitting here for Kobe Potvin.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Bennett Lawrence so far this summer has played in 32 games, tallying a 226 average with a 379 on base percentage. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself.
Bennett's also been coming on as of late. We'll see if he can keep that momentum going here against Tremaine Spears. First pitch he sees, big swing, comes up empty, strike 1. 0-1 the count. And you're going to see that throughout the rest of the game. A lot of swings here from the Generals. A lot of strikes currently from Tremaine Spears. Up 10-1, want to get your hacks in as that ball is fouled straight back for strike number 2 as he's quickly falling behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and it looks like that's Justin Barr in the on-deck circle. Looks like he's going to pinch hit for Peyton Robertson. And it looks like we're going to be going to our substitutes after this inning.
The 0-2 pitch looked like an ephus taken inside. Ball number 1. I think that's his changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count.
Whatever it was really slow, loopy, and it moved a little bit at the end. Could have been a two-seam.
For the Generals, hitters can't give up on that one too soon. So 1-2 pitch is taken on the outside corner. Strike number 3. No.
Oh, wait.
Thought the umpire rung him up right there.
Yeah, it looked like the umpire wanted to ring him up, but
The count moves to 2-2 now. Weird little event right there as the 2-2 pitch is taken upstairs, ball 3. So Bennett Lawrence has pushed the count from 0-2 all the way full. 3 balls, 2 strikes your count.
good job, Bennett.
The payoff pitch to him. Fastball fouled back as he stays alive, and the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Bennett looks to get something started for the Generals right here. As they haven't had too much success tonight, only tallying 10 runs.
Sarcasm there as that pitch is fouled back again as Bennett Lawrence not going down without a fight here. As he stays alive. Count still 3 balls, 2 strikes.
As Bennett Lawrence definitely looking to stay hot right here. As you said, he was starting to get a little hot toward this end of the summer.
That 3-2 pitch, they ring him up on the outside corner. Bennett flipped the bat, thought he walked. Tremaine Spears records his 2nd strikeout of the inning, as it is going to be number 9, Justin Barr here, pinch hitting for Peyton Robertson.
Yeah, Justin Barr so far this summer, late joinee, hitting .217 with a 339 on base percentage. But like you said, Bennett thought he walked, and I thought he did too.
The zone is definitely going to expand with this big lead as Justin Barr comes up empty on a big hack there behind in the count 0-1. Can't blame the umpire for extending the zone here with a 9-run lead the Generals have right now. So that pitch is popped up on the infield. Should be an easy play for the second baseman, Champ Artigues, who squeezes it for out number 3. A clean 1-2-3 inning there for Tremaine Spears as we head to the top of the 8th, leading this one 10-1. Back out the pitch here in the top of the 8th inning. Number 33, Carson Rollins. A few defensive replacements have come in the game as number 9, Justin Barr, will take over at shortstop. And number 2, Bennett Lawrence, will take over in left field here for the Generals.
And that,
excuse me, go ahead, Patrick.
That brings up number 16, Ryan Carr, for his 4th plate appearance. 0 for 3 so far. A couple flyouts to Tanner Ocean center and a ground out to Peyton back in the 1st inning.
So first pitch from Carson is a fastball, misses downstairs, ball 1. Well, 1-0 the count. In other news, the Twins and Bombers are through 6 innings. Twins still holding a 7-2 lead. The 1-0 pitch swung on, popped foul for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count.
Let's hope the Twins can hold off this lead and then use a little bit more offense tomorrow and out hit the Bombers again. But there is still a lot of baseball to be played.
As that 1-1 pitch was another fastball. This one misses a bit upstairs for ball 2 as Carson's falling behind here. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Another fastball. This one grounded slowly to the new shortstop, Justin Barr, who gets it on the run. Makes a strong throw across in time to Ryan Flores for out number 1. Good play there as Justin Barr is coming in cold off the bench. Makes the play to retire the leadoff man here in the 8th inning. Generals now 5 outs away from securing the victory here.
Yeah, it's always a difficult situation to be in, coming cold off the bench, just getting a couple swings, and then, getting a ball hit to you almost immediately as soon as you're out on the field as Champ Artigue steps in, going 0 for 3, reaching on an error in his last at-bat.
First pitch he sees grounded slowly. Going to be a tough play for the second baseman, Tapia, who gets it. Makes a strong throw on the run in time for out number 2. 1 pitch, 1 out there for Carson Rollins as he's cruising through the 8th inning here. Quickly, 2 down.
Yeah, and Tapia able to recover from the last ground ball he got from Artigues. This last time he had to do a little bit of a spin move and threw it almost back to Marshall Skinner, backing up the throw. And that brings up Xavier Moore, who is 1 for 2 on the day, hit by a pitch and a single in his last at-bat.
So we'll see if Carson Rollins can continue to go right at these cane cutter hitters. So the first pitch is ripped down the third baseline. Jordan Johnson with the diving effort. It gets under his glove. That's going to get into left field. Xavier Moore is going to try for second base. Bennett Lawrence's throw is not in time. And Xavier Moore has the cane cutter's 4th hit of the ball game. A ringing double down the left field line past the outstretched reach of Jordan Johnson. As the cane cutters now have a runner in scoring position and 2 outs for their cleanup hitter, number 23, Fisher Norris.
Fisher not doing much tonight as he is grounded into a fielder's choice, but also had a double down the right field line and a fly out, tallying a 1 for 3 day thus far.
His first pitch he sees a fastball grounded slow to the second baseman. Jonathan Tapia has plenty of time, makes an easy throw to first base as Carson Rollins recovers after that 2-out double to retire the side here in the 8th. We head to the bottom half, still leading 10-1. Leading off here in the bottom of the 8th for the Generals, number 34, Marshall Skinner, facing Tremaine Spears back out for another inning of work.
Yeah, and Marshall Skinner so far has a couple strikeouts, reached on an error, and then also hit a sac fly in his last at-bat.
First pitch he sees misses just off the plate inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. As you know, if Marshall gets something to hit right here, he's going to take a big hack at it.
Absolutely, Jensen. Well said.
A 1-0 pitch is ripped into right field, and that's going to get down for Marshall's first hit of the ball game. A line drive over the second baseman's head starts things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
And that means the assistant coach has to run all the way out there. Mr. Kyle Kraft had to run all the way out from the dugout so he could be the first base coach, as he was not over there yet.
And it looked like Coach Oroz was about to make a change, but he decides differently, as number 16, Zach Vuletic, will stay in the ball game and hit here with one on and nobody out.
Yeah, Zach has come up to the plate 4 times, got hit twice, going 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to that tally as well.
As that first pitch fastball misses down and away, ball 1. 1-0 the count. And in the other important game going on, the Twins have added to their lead 8-2 over the Bombers and have the bases loaded with nobody out. As that 1-0 pitch from Tremaine Spears stays up for ball 2, as Zach Vuletic is in the driver's seat here, ahead in the count 2-0.
Let's go Twins.
That 2-0 pitch misses upstairs again, ball 3. Tremaine Spears has been throwing a lot of strikes, hasn't found the strike zone yet to Vuletic as he falls behind 3-0.
Yeah, I think right here, if you're Tremaine Spears, you go with your ephus pitch.
As that pitch hits him on a 3-0 pitch, he hits Zach Vuletic in the arm, and that might be the end of the night for Tremaine Spears, who's probably getting pretty tired out there considering he's not your everyday pitcher. And we'll see if they make a change here, as the Bombers coach has the Cane Cutters coach has a slow walk out to the mound.
And we'll be right back with the rest of this ball game.
Actually, we're going to stay right here because it doesn't look like anybody's going in the Cane Cutters bullpen, which means the coach is either going to grab a position player and ask him to pitch again, or he's going to stay in the ball game. We'll see what he decides here, as whoever comes in will have to face the dangerous number 52 Ryan Flores, and it will be Tremaine Spears that stays in the ball game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, though, that Flo is definitely the Cane Cutters killer, as he is 3 for 4 today. Reached on an error in his last at-bat. Well, they said it was an error, but I really thought it was more of a his. It looked like a bloop single almost. So I'm going to say he's 4 for 4. And
whatever
with
you want
3
to say,
singles.
Patrick. We'll see what he gets here. If Tremaine Spears can get back in the zone, Ryan Flores is going to be taking a big hack at this one. Just got to stay back a long time, try to hit the ball to left field. So we'll see what he gets here. First pitch to him's a fastball, misses down, ball 1. 1-0 the count.
It's a bold strategy, Cod, and we'll see how it pays off. That is definitely easier said than done, though. Staying back and trying to drive it to left field.
1-0 pitch is ripped into right field. He decided to go against what we were saying and gets what's going to go down as his 4th hit of the ball game. Patrick's going to mark it down as his 5th hit of the ball game. So for those scoring at home, you take your choice on that one.
And
as it looks like the pitcher, number 41, Brent Hebert, is going to get an at-bat here for Cole Taylor.
And that's going to do it for Taylor. Taylor went 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. But in my personal record book, Ryan Flores goes 5 for 5 tonight.
First pitch to Hebert is a fastball on the outside corner for strike number 1. 0-1 the count here to the typical setup man in the 8th inning, Brent Hebert, who's been dominant so far this summer on the mound. We'll see if he can get a hit here, as he just misses a fastball and fouls it straight back for strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes now, the count on Hebert.
That's funny. You see a position player pitching and a pitcher hitting in a league with a DH. You don't see that too often.
As that Ephus pitch is hammered down the left field line, but foul to keep the count, at no balls and 2 strikes.
In a foul situation called Dorburg law.
Right here, Judson, what do you go with? Do you go with a fastball or do you go with your Ephus?
I say you go with a strike if you're Tremaine Spears.
That always works, right?
The 0-2 pitch swung on, popped up. That's going to be playable, I think. It's going to be the third baseman that calls it off in foul territory. Fisher Norris makes the play for out number 1. Brent A. Bear unable to get any runs home there. And will send up, looks like another pinch hitter. This is going to be number 99, Kyle Moose, hitting for Jordan Johnson.
Jordan Johnson and I going 1 for 2 with a triple of pop out and then 2 walks.
Had 3 RBIs on that 1 triple he hit. A big night at the plate for Johnson as he missed a home run by just a few feet.
Yeah, he absolutely smoked his hit to the deepest part of the ballpark.
So we'll see if Kyle can drive home a few runs here as the first pitch he sees a fastball that stays up, ball 1, 1-0 the count. Twins added on another run against the Bombers, now leading 9-2. Bases still loaded in the 7th inning for them. 1-0 pitch, fastball not close for ball 2 as Kyle Moose in the driver's seat here, ahead in the count 2-0.
Yeah, if you're Kyle Moose right here, you're definitely looking for a strike that you can rip.
That 2-0 pitch, a bit of an check swing, but he went around for strike 1. 2-1 now the count. The 2-1 pitch. Another fastball. This one almost hits him for ball 3 as Tremaine Spears has fallen behind here 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. Another fastball. This one's ripped into center field. That's at least going to be a sacrifice fly. Might get over his head. What a catch out there by the center fielder Ryan Carr, who squeezes it for out number 2. Had this been a closer game, Zach Vuletic might have tested it out there. Could have tagged up from second base. Now that would have been something. But Kyle Moose gets a sacrifice fly and extends the Generals' lead to 11-1.
And that's going to bring up Jonathan Tapia. Tapia so far tonight had a sac bunt, a hit by pitch, a ground out, and a line out to shallow right field in his last at-bat. And he's going to look to get into the hit column right here and join most of his teammates.
First pitch now to Tapia is a fastball, fouled back, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike your count, as the Generals are just 3 outs away from securing this victory. Up 11-1 over the Cane Cutters in a ball game that's never really been close.
And Ryan Flores steals.
The 0-1 pitch ripped into left field. Going to be a tough play for Xavier Moore, who thinks about making the throw, but decides better of it. As Jonathan Tapia has an RBI infield single there to push the General lead to 12-1.
Yeah, Ryan Flores took off to second base as it drew the shortstop, Xavier Moore, over towards second, and that's the second time we've seen Xavier Moore get stranded at second when a ball was hit into the hole and him not being able to make a play on it. And Tanner Roach comes up to bat with 4 walks and then struck out in his last at-bat.
First pitch to Roach, he just missed it and fouled it straight back for strike number 1. 0-1 your count. And as that play was happening, the Twins extended their lead even further over the Bombers to 11-2. Barring a collapse, these TCL standings is going to come down to the final day of play, as if the Bombers lose again tomorrow and the Generals come out with a win, the Generals would clinch the number 1 seed into the division and have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, as that pitch from Tremaine Spears was a fastball in there on the outside corner for strike number 2, as Tanner's falling behind here, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch skips up there, ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Tanner Roach.
Yeah, Tanner Roach looking to get a chance to really swing the bat right here as he's fallen behind 1-2, and that's the first time he's actually really been behind in the count besides the last at bat, and in that one he was still a full count.
That pitch blooped out to left center, and Xavier Moore is going to make the play on that one. Tanner Roach got jammed a bit on that one. The Generals score another 2 runs here in the bottom of the 8th. We head to the top of the 9th, leading this one big, 12-1. Okay, so we're back here on the top of the 9th. A lot of defensive substitutions for the Generals, as it looks like number 99, Kyle Moose, is in at third base.
And we've got a position player pitching.
We've got a position player pitching here. As number 6, Reese Johnson, is making his debut on the mound for the Generals. And the first pitch is a fastball to Tremaine Spears that misses down for ball 1. 1-0 the count. As we'll see if Reese can come in and throw a bunch of strikes. 1-0 pitch is fouled straight back. Strike 1. 1-1 your count.
He's off to a good start, Judson. I don't want to jinx him or anything, but he's throwing at a 50% strike ratio so far.
Gotta love that. So he throws a hammer there. Look at that. Reese Johnson drops in a curve for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count as he looks to strike out the first man he's ever faced, and he does on a wicked slider. Holy cow, Reese Johnson. Might have found ourselves a new reliever as Reese Johnson strikes out Tremaine Spears on 4 pitches and will face the right fielder number 20, Alex Haney, 2 outs away from winning this one.
Somebody pitched in high school. As Alex Haney is 0 for 3, couple strikeouts and a ground out to his totally so far.
As Reese Johnson skips that fastball up there for ball number 1, 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch, fastball swung through and missed. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count.
He's throwing a lot of strikes right here, although I'm not liking his first strike pitch percentage. As he's throwing a fat 0 on that.
Another fastball swung on and missed. Strike 2. After that first pitch, though, he's been real solid. Ahead in the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well said, Judson. I think he's going to go with a slider right here. What do you think?
We'll see. The 1-2 pitch. Yes, it was a slider. Good job, Patrick.
I'm back.
It does miss, though. Low and away, ball 2, as the count evens up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I did say a slider. I didn't say a slider for a strike.
Fastball here. Yes, it was. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Reese Johnson 2 strikeouts here in his debut on the mound for the Generals, as the Generals are now just 1 out away from clinching this one.
And that brings up the first baseman, number 19, Reed Spenrath, who has a hat trick to his credit like a lot of his teammates, but he is in position to get a golden sombrero right here.
He's going to do everything he can to not get that as he swings at a first pitch fastball, fouls it straight back for strike number 1. 0-1 the count.
And his first strike percentage has jumped up all the way to 33%.
That 0-1 pitch misses upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Reese Johnson not doing too terribly out there for a third baseman platoon player, right?
Not too bad if I do say so myself, as he's falling behind here 2-1 as that fastball missed upstairs.
I think you go with a slider right here. What do you think?
No, another fastball. Misses, ball 3, and he's in danger of walking his first man here behind in the count 3-1. See if he can throw something in the zone, get a ground out, maybe a pop out. 3-1 pitch in there for strike number 2, and the Generals are now 1 strike away from winning this one. Counts full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
All right, Judson, what are you throwing right here? 3-2 count.
Fastball. Here it comes. It is a fastball, but it misses inside, ball 4. So Reese Johnson has 2 strikeouts and a walk.
And Reed Roberts so far walked in his first plate appearance and then tallied a 1-for-2 effort after that with a strikeout and a single. As Reese Johnson looks to pitch out of the stretch right here.
Yeah, we'll see if pitching from the stretch makes him better or worse as a pitcher. We'll have to see as the first pitch to Reed Roberts. The fastball misses upstairs, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Come on, Reese, get back in the zone and let's get out of here.
Well said, Judson. I couldn't have said it better myself.
The 1-0 pitch is in the zone. A pop fly into shallow right field. Looks like it's going to be Jonathan Tapia that squeezes it for out number 3. Reese Johnson comes on to close out the 9th. And the Generals win this one 12-1. Generals will be back in action tomorrow night when they play the final regular season game of the TCL against these same Acadiana Cane Cutters. Looks like tomorrow night's ball game is going to be an important one. Barring a disaster by the Twins are looking to hang on to defeat the Bombers. And as we've said multiple times before, it is imperative that the Twins win again tomorrow night and the Generals win as well, so they can clinch the number 1 seed in home field throughout the playoffs.
Well said, Judson.
We hope to see you tomorrow night as we have another free ticket night for our last ball game of the regular season. Until then, folks, don't forget, go Generals!